What happens when you combine a Bedouin-style tent villa with Dubai luxury? Today we're in the Maha Desert Resort in Dubai, and we're going to show you exactly what that looks like. This hotel is located in the Dubai Desert Conservation Reserve, and as you can see, it is very secluded and gives uninterrupted views over the desert, including the animals and all the nature that is part of it. This reserve is 225 square kilometers big and only a stone's throw away from Dubai. It also is the first conservation-led luxury resort in the area.
The name is part of the story. Al-Maha means oryx, and the Arabian oryx is fundamental to the story of the property and the reserve. There are 42 private villas as part of this hotel, and you can sit in your own temperature-controlled pool and look out and see the Arabian oryx that have been brought back from extinction in the 1970s, or the gazelles and other animals in this place of serene and peace.
When we think of the Arabian desert, we think sometimes that it's empty, that there's nothing there. However, this resort was specifically built to prove the opposite. This is a thriving ecosystem, and that's exactly what you experience when you stay here. Whether it's falconry, a camel ride, or a sunset drive, you get to experience the local culture and wildlife without disturbing it.
One of the biggest villas on the property is around 175 square meters. This is one of the smallest, but it is still at 75 square meters. So there's so much to see inside. Let's show you around. Welcome to Al-Maha, a luxury collection desert resort and spa in the Dubai desert. This is the polar opposite of what you would expect from the Dubai skyscrapers. And this is inspired by an old Bedouin camp. We have the beautiful animals all around us, and it is so peaceful and serene. Nestled in the desert with the sand dunes all around us, and such a classic old Arabian feel. For this hotel stay, we have our own villa. This is a Bedouin-inspired or styled villa, and it really is vast inside and much cooler than outside. So let's go in and let's check everything out. Come on in with me and let me show you this stunning entry area. So behind me to the left is the bathroom. Behind me to the right is the main sleeping and living area. And we've got a little desk just to sit down and maybe leave a few things. Over here, we have part of the minibar area with your kettle, cups, as well as your fridge down below. That is stocked fully with loads of things that you can of course consume that come at an extra charge. And up here, we also have a few things like assorted crisps, chocolates, nuts, and a small bottle of red wine. If we swivel around here, we have also a very important station, which is the coffee machine and some beautiful teas to get the day started the right way, which are all complimentary. If we have a little look at the design of this entrance area, we have a lot of dark woods, we have a lot of natural materials, and this really helps to keep the feeling cooler and darker because, of course, in the desert with intense heat, you want to keep things as cool as possible. Within Al-Maha, we can find many interesting Omani antiques like pottery, even door handles and weaponry. All of them are used for decoration, just like these copper household articles, one that we have on this shelf up here. We've beautifully covered the entrance area, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. So let's go inside and let me show you the rest of this incredible place. Please come on into the main living, sleeping area. As we saw earlier, we see a lot of dark, cool colors and neutral tones, but I love this design on the sofa. And look at how these two are set up. They're set up perfectly to check the outside area, which is this incredible pool and the expansive desert that just goes as far as the eyes can see. And we have the animals all around us. If I take a seat here and I just have a moment to check outside and just to enjoy this incredibly spacious, bright, and peaceful space, I feel like this design really leans into traditional old world luxury, like these paisley patterns or the dark polished timber, as well as these Persian style rugs. I love the craftsmanship of the pieces in this room, just like the table, and it does have its imperfections, but It's aged so beautifully and so well. Look at the details of the paisley print on this tissue holder, for instance. And as I mentioned earlier, what is better than sitting back on this beautiful, comfy lounge and just admiring the view? Everything about this place is peace, serenity, and tranquility. And that's exactly what this seating area gives you. If I stay here too much longer, I might nod off. And if I do stay here, I'll end up nibbling on these lovely treats that we have here. So anyway, Camilla, would you mind please taking us around some other parts of this area, because it's stunning and you need to see it.
It is my pleasure. This bed is huge. It is a very sturdy, dark wooden bed frame and is situated absolutely perfect because it is right behind the sitting lounge area that you just saw, facing the pool and the desert. What a sunrise that's going to be tomorrow morning. You've already been able to see a few glimpses of this room, and it pays homage to the area where we are, the history and the nature surrounding us in so many different ways. A perfect example is this headboard. We have these columns on the side that with the swirled design remind us a lot of the horns of the oryxes that are surrounding us here in this reserve. Something that really catches my attention everywhere I look in this room is the attention to all the little details in the design. For example, here you have so many little carvings in the headboard. However, you also have the AC vents above the bed that are carved in a very interesting way as well. So it's not only the pieces of furniture that have been designed intricately, but also the functional pieces that you need in every single room. The color palette of this room is very natural. You have a lot of earthy tones. Let's look at the bed sheets, for example. It's very fitting for the area of where we are and gives another sense of calming and grounding. If you have watched our video on the Lana in Dubai, you will see that this room has the complete opposite effect of what the other room had, which was very modern and contemporary. However, this room, it just throws you back in history in the most serene way possible, even though I do love those pink onyx nightstands. However, the nightstands here don't disappoint me at all. They are very simple but timeless, solid, robust wood sitting on each side of the bed, and above them we have these beautifully designed lamps on the wall as well as a reading lamp. I cannot stop looking up because Benjamin already mentioned this is supposed to be inspired by the Bedouin camps where of course they used to sleep in tents, and if you look up, what do you see? The ceiling is a tent. It's absolutely beautiful, and we have two robust columns in the middle of the room that are right next to the bed, supporting the structure as well. Many pieces of decoration in this room are antiques, especially from Oman. As an example, there are copper household items that we have throughout the entire room as decoration. We also have some trunks or wooden chests like this one, for example, right in front of the bed that is also made out of solid wood, and if we open it, we see that it also serves perfectly as storage. Matching interestingly with the wooden wardrobes behind us. Benjamin, why don't you show us a little bit of the working area, because it is in a very interesting spot.
Thanks, Camilla. With pleasure. First things first, I want to draw your attention to the bin and the animal that we've seen throughout the property, as well as on the doors, on the glass of the doors. It is the animal, the logo of the property, Al Maha. Now, as Camilla mentioned, we want to have a little look at the working area with these incredible barrel chairs with the rattan panels, and honestly, so chic. However, if you do come to this stunning property, I don't imagine that you're going to be doing too much work. If you need to, then you do have this stunning solid oak desk, which you can take advantage of. And well, if you're sitting here and you're looking out, you might get distracted by all of the animals that are walking past. A couple of things that we can see on the desk. We do have the option of a floating breakfast and lunch experience, which is an added charge, as well as your staples, which is a notepad, pen and a phone, which is classic and old school. One thing that I do want to draw your attention to as well, which isn't connected to the desk, but it might be an incredible way to pass the time. Follow me over here for a moment. And it's this. I'm not much of a drawer myself. I'm not much of an artist. I do a little bit of scribbling, but look at this beautiful setup. So you might just want to set this up where we showed you in the beginning, looking out onto the pool and the desert, and just sketch what you see, and that'll be a beautiful memory to take home with you. We can hear the birds chirping non-stop when we're not talking. And let me just point out outside this door and through the glass that we can see a few animals hiding in the bushes, as well as a lovely little seating area. Now, if you do come here in the summer, it might be a little bit too hot during the day. However, early on in the morning or during the winter season, it would be absolutely perfect, and you might actually need to be wrapped up if you're sitting outside. Camilla, I can't wait for you to show us what the bathroom area looks like, so please take it away.
Absolutely, but before we do do that, I was just looking the whole time at the curtains that were right next to Benjamin. We have them in front of every single window, which is the majority part of this villa. They are blackout curtains, but I also think that they alone are already a piece of decoration for the room, giving it a nice touch of this antique feeling that we have throughout the entire decoration. But enough about the curtains. Let's move over to the bathroom. So when we first entered the room, we entered through this door. Now we have this wooden door that leads us to the bathroom. The first thing you see when you walk in is this huge soaking tub. I have to be honest, this is the darkest area of the entire villa. I like it though, because you do want a little bit more of privacy. When you have huge windows, maybe you might feel like that's exactly what you don't want there. I would be happy to keep all the curtains open in the room. However, here, closing these and just having a calm moment to yourself to maybe get ready for bed or get ready in the morning for breakfast is exactly what you want in a bathroom. Now, the room does not only feel a little bit darker or colder because of the lack of light that comes in, but it's also because of the materials that have been used here. The majority is stone, which is a very cold material, which compensates perfectly for the fact that we are in the middle of the desert and it can, especially in summer, get very hot here. The antique theme continues with the pieces of furniture that we have here. For example, this towel holder over there as well. However, it is quite interesting that we have quite modern shower heads and faucets over here by the bathtub. If you move over, you will be able to see this very spacious shower, which is divided with a glass door from the rest of the bathroom. We do have a little window in there, which brings some natural light in. Over here, we have a dual sink vanity with a huge mirror, and the wooden theme continues with this thick frame that we have around the mirror. I would say that this area is very nice and very traditional. We have a rug right underneath with the same color palette as in the bedroom, and the vanity is equipped with all the necessary things that you need. We also have Byredo products in here, which we've also noticed in other high caliber hotels like the Four Seasons in Bangkok or the Königshof in Munich. And if you would like to know what these look like, make sure to check out both our videos on those two hotels that we have on our page as well. Now let's move over to the toilet area, which has a clear division from the rest of the bathroom. It is behind this wooden door, and it follows the same theme as the rest of the bathroom with the same color palette and materials. We are in the Middle East, so we will always find the shower bidet. However, we also have the European style bidet as well, which can be quite convenient. I'm going to show you one of Benjamin's favorite things in every single hotel, which is the bathrobe. And this one, just like the majority of bathrobe in top luxury hotels, is by the brand Frate. And we have the beautiful logo stitched here in the front. It is a towel material, and I'm excited to wear this later. Walking right now from the villa to the reception area. We're meeting up with everyone as we're going on a sunset dune car ride.
We're going to check out some wild animals. I think some camels, right?
You could have chosen camel ride or by car, and look at the gazelles over there. We chose to go by car.
Just to keep it a bit easier on us as it's still quite hot, and to check out the sunset and get some cool shots.
Usually, as you can see, there are the buggies that take you to the villa or to the reception area. However, we decided to take a little walk and explore this by
2 minutes. We are now in the main reception area. We're just waiting for our evening activity to start, which is the sundown drive, as we mentioned to you. And this is the main area. The entrance is behind us. And earlier we came into the left-hand side and we sat down in a private seating area where we were greeted. They took our IDs and did all the formalities. To my right behind me is where they have the afternoon or evening champagne, wine or cheese activity, which is completely included. And we're just sitting in this comfortable seating area at the moment, waiting for our activity to start in about 10 or 15 minutes. And in the same area where they offer the cheese and wine, they also have tea, coffee and little snacks all throughout the day.
Right behind me, I'm not sure if you can see, is obviously the view of the desert, but that's also the way to get to the restaurant. This hotel only has one restaurant where you will have breakfast, lunch and dinner served, and it has incredible uninterrupted views over the desert, and you'll also spot some animals whenever they walk past. It's always so exciting to see them, even though there are quite a few. I'm sure we'll see some more later on once we've arrived to the dunes to watch the sunset. Regarding the check-in process that Benjamin just touched on a moment ago, we did sit in that waiting area and we didn't have to lift a finger, as everything was brought to us, everything was arranged for us, and it was all explained to us sitting down over there as well, which was a very smooth and private experience.
So this hotel is much more than just a room. It is an experience. And one of those experiences is to be able to see these incredible camels. As we mentioned, this is a reserve. So there are many wild animals exploring around. These are connected to the hotel, and some of the guests did ride them up to the dunes, and we did take the car to come up here. So Cami, we're just here this evening, seeing the sunset on the dunes. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely. We also enjoyed a little welcome drink, sparkling pomegranate juice, because we chose the alcohol-free version. They also have wine, I believe. And it's just absolutely stunning to be able to stand here and be in a place that feels so different to Dubai.
That's the beauty of what this hotel gives you and what this experience gives you, is for you to come here, you get that detachment from the hustle and bustle, get to take a moment to be with your thoughts. And this is, it says on the welcome letter, this is one of the last untouched parts of the UAE. This is the place that you can come to disconnect, unwind, and just be with your thoughts.
This is the way to the spa, but also to the gym.
Welcome to the gym area. This is a beautiful space, and I know it's darker in the evening time, so you can't really see outside, but the view is lovely when it's brighter in the day. We have some machines all by Matrix, and on this left side here, you can see some machines for the upper body. Behind me, you can see the cardio machines, as well as the exercise bike with 2 different seats. Here we have the lat pull down to work your back muscles. And finally, to my right, we have the cable pulleys where you can do a number of different exercises. It's always great to see the free weights as well. And it's quite nice to see that it goes up to 26 kilograms. So you can definitely get a good work in here whilst also enjoying the spa facilities. On the other side, we can see the sauna and steam room.
Something I really like is how the dark wood theme continues in the gym as well. The ceiling has very interesting touch with all the beams showing that are again a dark wood, giving it a good connection to the rest of the hotel facilities. As Benjamin mentioned, we have the windows overlooking the desert, and something that makes the space look even bigger and brighter, especially during the day, is this wall that's all just mirrors.
Breakfast is a wonderful experience. It's a combination of a la carte and buffet. And the buffet options are the simple ones like the cold cuts, some yogurt, muesli, and some fruit. I'll tell you what I had for breakfast and how I found it, and then I'll throw over to Camilla and she can tell you what she thought. So I ordered actually a steak with scrambled eggs, both medium, really nice. I also had a bit of lapne and smoked salmon on the side. And then afterwards I ordered a crepe with berries and some maple syrup. And I think it was a perfect amount. They did have some fresh juices and they had a large selection of different coffees. Everything was of a high quality. The service was really attentive. And even though there were a few different families and groups in the restaurant at the same time, I didn't feel like it was overwhelming. That is probably because it is a small resort anyway with a maximum of 42 villas, but it really feels like you get a personalized service rather than being at a huge buffet where you're almost fighting to get food. Camilla, how did you feel with your experience at breakfast?
I really enjoyed it. What I loved the most is what you just touched on, Benjamin, which is this intimate setting. It feels almost like a family get together to have breakfast, lunch or dinner. I say that because obviously we only have one restaurant here and all the meals are served there. We're right now sitting in the outside area, which we were told that in winter is very popular. It gets quite chilly here, so there are real fire torches that keep you warm. But even in summer, if you sit here for just a few moments and look out and enjoy the scenery the breeze. It's an absolutely dreamy place to unwind. But back to breakfast. Benjamin already touched on that as well. The staff here is incredible. Everyone is obviously very polite. Learning about them, learning about their background a little bit is also so interesting, especially because they're all from completely different parts of the world. My breakfast was a bit more simple, yet very yummy. I had just some hard-boiled eggs. I had a yummy crab in some fruit as well as a delicious grapefruit juice.
As Camilla was touching on, we did strike up conversations with different members of staff in the restaurant. One lady in particular who is from Kenya, and she was a lovely person to talk to. And she even said to us, when are you checking out? You're checking out tomorrow, aren't you? And we said, unfortunately, because we have a flight, we're checking out today. And she said, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, because I'd spoken with the chef and prepared a special dinner for you guys tonight. And the reason I'm mentioning that is just to say that they really focus on a personalized experience, which I think is something that sets an incredible hotel apart from a very good hotel. And we felt like this experience has been personalized and special and unique for us every step of the way.
I believe that this hotel is not just about the beautiful facilities and having a lovely place to stay at. It's more about the experience in general that you have the moment you step foot into this reserve. I do have to say that if you ever plan to come to Dubai for a special occasion, you have to come to this place, because Dubai has so many incredible luxury hotels. However, nothing really compares to being here in the desert. And this is probably my definition of true luxury.
Camilla, when I think about this experience, I just have one sentence that comes to my mind, which is I love. I love the slippers with the oryx on it. I love the huge comfy bed. I love the private heated pool. I love the smell that you have when you step outside. I love the incredible staff. And I definitely love that you can see animals everywhere throughout this property. Camilla, what was maybe the best or one of the best memories for you during this stay?
I have to say, I agree with everything you said. I have two. One has been the food. It's been exceptional. And I'm looking outside the view. Of course, it has to be the view. We're just 45 minutes away from Dubai, and having this view is something that I didn't expect, even though I knew where we were coming. It's just that seeing it in person has a different impact on you.
Absolutely. And Camilla, what about the Lana if you want to check out another one of our incredible videos?
Absolutely. If you would like to see something completely different but still spectacular, check out our video on the Lana in Dubai by the Dorchester collection. Also, what was your favorite part? Please let us know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. The Lana Dubai is the Dorchester collection's first hotel opening in the Middle East, and actually their first hotel opening for 10 years.